What's up everybody? My shirt explains it all. This is my review for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So the new TMNT movie was a movie that I wasn't really excited for. I liked the original from 1990 or so, whatever it was, and I used to watch the cartoon a little bit when I was a younger kid. Not that new cartoon on Nickelodeon, but you know, the other stuff I think it was on in the 2000s. Something like that. Basically, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stars Megan Fox as April O'Neil. She's a reporter who's kind of down on her luck. She can't really find what she wants to do. Well, she knows exactly what she wants to do, but everybody just kind of laughs at her. No one takes her and her work seriously, and she has Will Arnett as her cameraman, and he's kind of like her friend too. And let me tell you something, I liked having Will Arnett in this movie. He wasn't always like gut-bustingly funny, but I mean, I just liked his presence in this movie because I like Arrested Development a lot. That's another story though. And then of course April O'Neil meets up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and we get a very generic and basic plot surrounding the city of New York and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles having to save it. Basically, what this movie is just generic, like I just said with the plot. It's the most generic, like, superhero origin movie I think I've ever seen. Basically, the Ninja Turtles, let's talk about the way they look, because a lot of people don't like the way they look, some people do. It was a little weird seeing them at first as these big CGI monsters. They really don't look that bad in the movie. The CGI work is actually pretty good, and each one of them looks different from each other. They have little unique things on their armor and stuff, and they looked pretty cool. Michelangelo was really annoying to me. I just didn't like his personality, but I liked Johnny Knoxville voicing Leonardo. I liked that turtle the most. I also really liked Donatello, and then Raphael had his kind of badass personality too, but Michelangelo, I don't remember exactly what he's like in the other movies or the source material, but Michelangelo in this movie was really annoying. But the turtles, I mean, I would have rather have the guys running around in turtle costumes personally, but the CGI wasn't really that bad. The CGI on Splinter though, Master Splinter, was completely just garbage. He looked disgusting. Like, it was some of the worst CGI I've seen in a very long time. That's really weird because most of the CGI in this movie was okay, but for whatever reason, Master Splinter looked just terrible. Another thing in this movie is Shredder. They're kind of like main antagonists. He's just kind of like a big CGI robot in this movie. He really doesn't do anything. Basically, the main bad guy in this movie is just some business dude who is played by the guy who was in Prison Break. I don't remember his name. He was also in The Dark Knight in the beginning. He got the gas grenade in his mouth or whatever. He was the villain in this movie, and he was just your typical just businessman. I want to make everybody in New York sick, and then I have the cure to get them unsick, and I want to make a lot of money. It's seriously the most plain, and like I said 1,000 times, generic story of all time. And Shredder was just kind of there as an afterthought, I feel, because basically April O'Neil and Job from Arrested Development are kind of fighting off against William Fichtner, that's his name, the businessman. And the Turtles are kind of fighting off against this robot Shredder, and Shredder was really lame in this movie. He didn't really have a purpose, and he was just kind of there to sort of be a wall for the Turtles to break down. That's pretty much all he was. And another thing that I really have a problem with in this movie is just the development of the story and the characters. I feel like this movie didn't give itself enough time to really develop the characters and their relationships. It all felt just so slapped together and so quick that none of it really kind of soaked in. It just there's one scene where Raphael is getting his butt kicked and Job, or Will Arnett, looks down and he's like, oh my god, he's gonna die, and he's really dramatic, but he's literally said one word to this turtle, and they've been in the car together for a minute. They barely even know each other, and it's just I just feel like there could have been more strength in the relationship, but the brotherhood with the Turtles and Master Splinter was fine and everything. That's something that's been developed, and it's been kind of set in stone for a very long time, ever since this show, or this series, started running on the air back in the 90s and everything. And there is something else that's good about this movie is there is a set piece that's on a big hill in the snow. It's a pretty cool action set piece. It's really entertaining, I would say. And there's a pretty funny line that Will Arnett says about Megan Fox. Yeah, that was an entertaining scene. But for the most part, this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie is just kind of ugly. It's really plain, it's really generic, and it really just isn't that much fun. I mean, it's easy to get through and everything, but overall, I feel like it just should have been so much better, and there should have been better development with its story and its characters, and I wish it didn't have such a just, you know, run-of-the-mill story. I wish it would have been a little better than it was. So that's my review for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm going to give it 2 out of 5 stars. I wouldn't say this movie's disappointing because I thought it was going to really suck going into it. It really wasn't that good. So this is lukemick signing off. Please subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.